is in, Tatas are out. I mean, there's a lot to be talked about. Kapil, hi, good afternoon. Thanks much for joining us. Jet is going through its one of the most painful phases, but the management has assured that all the concerns will be addressed in the next couple of weeks. How are you reading into this entire affair, this entire fiasco that has played out, and what is the likely conclusion going to be according to you? Is it Etihad which will finally be rescuing Jet?
So, first of all, good afternoon. My sense would be that anything with respect to suitors about Jet would be a pure speculation, whether it is Etihad or whether the Tata deal is not happening or there are other suitors. The only thing that I can say with certainty, perhaps, at this stage is that, Jet is not going to reach a dead end. I definitely see some form of funding coming, and as they have indicated and as is being commented in the media, that they have told pilots that the funding will come. So I see some bit of funding coming, whether it's an interim funding before a major suitor comes in, because by the time you do a due diligence and make an offer to Jet, it takes a little time. These things are not going to happen overnight, especially in a complex market like India with hyper-competitive intensity, a lot of regulatory and policy-related issues which are yet to be sorted out, including infrastructure. So anybody who's buying a large company would need time. So my sense would be that it's possible that the funding that the Jet would get is interim before a larger suitor comes. And it's possible, I would think, it may be speculative to look at Etihad, but it's possible that Etihad may provide an interim funding, a debt assistance before the larger suitor can come on board. So that's what I would see. But I can say with certainty that I've said this before, I don't see a dead end for Jet, in spite of their challenges, which are very serious in nature. But I think it continues to be a strong brand. It has a great team. The promoter is the difference, because he has a tremendous amount of resilience and resourcefulness. So I don't rule out anything, even Etihad coming on board, which looks difficult to me. But with him on board, I don't rule out anything. But certainty is that the funding will come, whether that's interim till a larger suitor comes. We have to wait. In terms of names of companies, I would think that would be a speculation at this stage.
Right. Kapil, when such big deals and big things happen in the aviation pack, don't you think that, even if the deal is announced, the funding itself to come may take a lot of time? That's why the sooner it happens, it's better for Jet?
No, obviously. I think, first of all, any form of structuring that has to happen would need money into the company. That is very critical. Since the due diligence and completing the offer and making sure that the offer is acceptable takes time, so you would need an interim assistance. Now, whether that is a few hundred million or more than that, that is something that Jet's team would know. But if there is funding coming as early as mid-December, as it's been indicated, it could be treated as an interim funding before long-term options are secured. And that's what perhaps it may be. But it's very purely possible that Etihad, because of Mr. Goyal and his relationship with the promoters, that is possible they may have found much more than just an interim funding. But very difficult at this stage to think that Etihad would go all out and secure Jet in terms of investment and larger interest, even if that means raising a stake. I would think a debt option may be a best structuring at this stage. Whether it's interim or more than interim, one will have to find out. But surely, I think timing is critical. That's why an interim assistance may be the first step.
Right, Kapil. Thanks so much for telling